course, we all had that explosion. We're going back in time, though, because, spoiler, we're not going to interrupt that lovely incident. And this is shortly after Nadrax had returned from speaking with Three Strings. You all are having a very magical lunch. And as expected, you're just sitting there minding your own business, and you hear that whistle. That whistle only you can hear. You know what that means. You wander.
Maybe I'll get paid this time.
Maybe you will get paid. Who knows? Can't guarantee that. But yep, as everybody's eating, you just kind of get up, wander around outside. Do you bring your lunch with you?
Probably a piece of toast.
Okay, you wander on outside and you take your leave. As expected, you meet up with Jarlaxle and Felric, although in this case they are actually both. Oh, let me switch over to the alley so that we can. Too fancy. You are on here. Yes, okay. Yep. And as expected, you do see over in the corner here. Where did I put the? Oh, no, that's Zord. That is not who I wanted. All right. That's his old token. Who cares? And very funny, Corvus. You do see Felric and Jarlaxle. Jarlaxle's kind of leaning around the corridor and gestures for you to come on down.
Oh, hello.
Yep. And they kind of dip up down into the actual alleyway. Because you have a feeling that they don't necessarily want a bunch of drow to be seen routinely around Trollskull Manor after the last incident.
Very sneaky.
And Jarlaxle just says, so, do you have anything busy today?
Oh, no, I'm done watching people shovel shit. Almost done with lunch.
Well, good. I hope it's not too important because I have a job for you.
Ooh.
Yep. We have an associate who seems to have gotten himself into a little bit of trouble, not that he knows it. And you and Felric are going to be assisting him. While you're at it, you can also acquire, and when he says that, you notice he's kind of looking around this way, and he seems a little bit distracted. He says, yes, anyways, you will be acquiring a certain magical artifact that he's procured. He's in the middle of trying to sell. So it's a two-pronged issue. Number one, we want to save our associate from being an idiot. And you also want to acquire what he's got. And you'll have Felric to assist you, so you don't have much to worry about. Understand?
Yeah, I'm qualified about not knowing what's going on for sure.
He pauses for a moment. Felric just looks confused. And Jarlaxle eventually just kind of gives a nod and says, all right then. Wonderful. I'll be off, so you two have fun. And he turns invisible. And you can actually see where he brushes past Felric as he goes up north and then disappears. There you go. Felric kind of pauses and just says, oh, right, then are you ready to head off, I guess?
Yeah, sure. Who are we looking for?
Oh, it's well, to be fair, he's more of a light acquaintance. It'd be Phaneris Stormcastle. He's a minor. Let's just say he tends to get involved in a lot of illegal businesses. He doesn't know he's directly dealing with Bragandier. So that will be a thing. But he does know that he's got some powerful friends elsewhere that need to assist him.
But if you offer him money, he's the kind of guy to say, I'll do crime for you. I'll do it. I'll fucking do it.
Pretty much, yeah. Definitely.
I think we're going to be friends.
I mean, he's I don't know. I didn't much enjoy dealing with him the last couple of times I dealt with him, but
yeah, minors.
Well, he's an adult. But anyways, I suppose let's get going. This time he pulls out a mask, puts it over himself, and now he is actually a regular surface elf.
I'd get one of those, but everyone would know it was me anyway.
He opens his mouth like he's going to disagree, and then he doesn't. It's like, let's just go. Besides, I don't think. Well, I don't know. I think there's another one of these floating around. It doesn't matter. Oh, let's be off.
You hear one of Harton's tips in your head, Lieux. Say something nice about someone's hair if they change it.
Where'd you get that hair dye from? Wow, or instantly.
The mask, Lou. He looks absolutely. He's not sure if you're trying to joke or if you're trying to. He doesn't know what's going on here.
There is no distinction.
He's starting to get that impression. Yep, and off you go. You actually do manage to get yourselves all the way down into the docks wards, which does make sense if this is going to be some sort of problematic, possibly illegal thing. That does tend to be where things happen. All the way down, somewhere off of Spice Street, close near the docks. Felric leads you into what looks to be, it actually is a functioning warehouse for a change. But at the moment, nobody's actually there. And you head up into this warehouse. Now, I'll point out these 4 things are pillars, and the white things are actually rafters that connect in between the pillars.
Okay. And it's like, how high up is the rafter?
It's about, the ceiling itself is about 35 foot. The little thin rafters you see are about 20 foot up. You would have to shimmy your way up the poles in order to get up there.
Okay.
Right. So, as far as we know, our friend is going to be coming in here, and he's going to be meeting with some members of the Xanathar Guild. As I said, our friend isn't aware of necessarily who he's been working with, but our spies have indicated that the Xanathar Guild is fully aware who he's been working with, and don't appreciate it very much, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
So our goal is to keep him alive, and to get whatever we need to get.
Okay. And we're trying to kill the Xanathars or leave them alive too? What's that plan?
Oh no, we're going to be killing them.
Okay.
I don't much enjoy that kind of work, but it is definitely necessary, and they are not individuals that need to be running around.
Yeah, they spend time in the sewers. Ugh.
The sewers aren't that bad, other than the stench.
It's pretty bad. Just that.
Yeah. But I mean, at least it's dark down there.
True.
All right, so from what I heard, there should be here in about an hour. However, I am a bit concerned that they might send some folks in to try to do what we're doing right now. Let's get ourselves up, preferably in the rafters if we can.
I'll prep an invisibility spell as well.
Pretty good idea that you could actually make it so that when he points, he says if you get up there, it would actually be very easy. If you're invisible, they wouldn't see you.
And I could drop down right on their heads. Ha!
Correct. That is the plan. Meanwhile, Felric walks over. He comes up over here, and instead of climbing up, he just levitates himself up and into the rafter.
For the record, I definitely can do that too, as he jumps on some boxes and tries to shimmy up.
Felric looks greatly amused and says, Lieux, I know you can't do that.
It's that scene
One
of
day.
it's that scene of somehow every box is actually empty and they rattle and move around. Not a single one of them is flat.
As a matter of fact, Lieux, you do notice several of the boxes are actually empty. But thankfully they're big enough that it's not too horribly difficult to get up there, and you can climb the rest of the way up. But if you want, roll me an acrobatics to see how well you do.
Oh, I'm technically good at these. Ooh.
I mean, technically, yes, that's average.
Yeah, you get up there. It's just that, it's not particularly graceful, but you make it up.
Oh no, I'm taking after Saloon.
And once you do get up there, Felric offers you a hand to get you up the rest of the way.
All right, let's crouch and perch and not fall off. Not fall off. No falling.
Yeah, no falling. That would be highly frowned upon. Probably hurt, particularly from this height.
It probably wouldn't kill me, although it could.
I hope not, unless you fall on your head.
Which might not be the first time that's happened.
I can't tell if you're joking or not.
Yeah, me neither. It's
Well,
probably happened.
either way, it looks like we've got a fairly long while to wait up here. I'm going to try to hide behind this pillar here.
Yeah, I guess I'll go invisible if I hear anybody coming in the door, or about half an hour before we expect them to get there.
Yep. Yeah, because how long does that last?
I think it's an hour for invisibility. Yeah, up to 1 hour.
Yeah. But yep, you notice Felrek settles in behind, and it's actually kind of weird because you're talking with him, but every so often it's just like you forget he's there. If you don't see him, you don't get that indication that he's actually there.
Well, disembodied voices, that's normal.
I mean, for Harton it is. He talks to the garden. But yep, you do wait. Takes a little bit of time, but pretty much as Felrex stated, let me make sure I'm on the correct layer for this. You do hear some sounds coming out on the street level, and Felrek indicates for you to be quiet. So, are you going to be going invisible for this part, or are you going to be just trying to stealth it up?
I'll go invisible, get myself some advantage, make it easier.
Be quiet, his
and then-
greatest task.
Exactly. This is where things get tricky. So, give me a stealth with advantage.
Also, I like how it didn't come up yet, but Felric has already rolled a 1.
Yeah, I know. But thankfully, he was the one that didn't matter. But good thing you had that advantage. So yeah, you are equally as stealthy, which is not horribly hard when you're invisible. And in walks a group of 5 bandits. They're kind of lightly whispering, kind of talking about something or other. As far as you can tell, they're talking about setting up an ambush. They do a kind of quick look around to see if anybody's there. They don't see anybody. And you see them start moving on over, and they hop into the boxes. One of them starts bitching that the box that he wanted has been moved and it's not there anymore. So you actually find him hiding right under Felrek. I'm moving him off to the side, though, so that won't be a thing. And they slowly disperse themselves all across the room.
Assassin's Creed his ass.
You notice that Felric pauses. He kind of looks at the situation. And using the drow sign, he signals for you to go over and to handle this fellow, while he signals he's going to handle the fellow down below. You think his idea is to probably deal with these guys before the main group arrives.
Okay, shimmy along carefully. This will be
Yeah.
fine. This will be
He's mostly just hoping, because he actually can't see you, so it's not like you can respond back.
You're scooching along. Scoochy scooch.
You see him kind of wave to get your attention, then he starts counting down. 3, 2, 1. And then again, these guys are all in their boxes. He silently drops down next to the box.
I guess I should probably do that too.
He puts his hand on the box lid, and it's like he's waiting. He's looking over where he signaled to see if you're going to do the same.
I guess, can I shimmy back down instead of dropping?
If you want to do that, then give me an acrobatics.
Yeah. Ah!
You're saved by the fact that I assume you have Saloon's boots on, right?
Yeah.
You have silent footfalls.
Good, good.
So you drop on down. And are you going to be opening the crate with the bandit inside and presumably attacking the fellow?
Yeah, I'll lift my rapier and get ready just to stab into the box repeatedly.
All right. So in this case, ta-da! You are in the initiative. However, you are going to be getting a surprise round for. Oh, holy fuck, Felric! It's a good thing that you all have a surprise round because Felric is apparently slower than molasses in January. Where did I put the? Oh, there we go. The bandit was.
Don't think of this as a brew crate. Think of it as a surprise round.
Why is this? There we go. Holy fuck. Sorry, for some strange reason it refused to deselect Felrect, and I'm like, that's not how this works. Alright. So, first off, we do have the surprise round. And Felrect. Bloop. Bloop. Yep. Pretty handily.
Those are terrible rolls.
Holy fuck, Felric. He's having a bad day. But he does succeed. Barely. And he does eviscerate the bandit in the box. What about your rolls?
I'm just
You hit? You don't kill him, but you do. He does let out a very surprised yak sound.
I want to close the box again so he can't get me.
Meanwhile, Felric is moved over here. It's at the top of the round, Lieux. You have a very surprised bandit in a box that you just stabbed.
Again. I'm gonna stab him. No, never mind.
Are you closing the box again?
I'm closing the box again.
Okay.
Oh, that took me a little bit, luckily. I couldn't see him, that's why I missed.
You have night vision. You can see him. But, yeah, the bandit shoves the lid up, and he doesn't look particularly thrilled that you just stabbed him.
Luckily, you can't see me.
Oh yeah, you're invisible. Wait, no, doesn't that end if you attack something?
It does.
Oh, yeah.
It does, yeah. So he sees you now.
Hello.
He's not particularly thrilled to see a drow elf standing there. And yeah, he takes a swing at you. I don't think a 12 hits you. Yeah.
Barely, but yeah.
He's not particularly thrilled about, the fact that he's just been stabbed. Meanwhile, over at the box that Felrec's at, that bandit pops out. And again, looks very startled that he sees an elf standing there. He misses Felrec by a fucking mile. Holy shit, nobody can roll today. And out of the corner here, another one climbs out of the box. Or, let's see if he can hit you. I think 21 hits you with a 4 damage.
Most likely.
Yeah, it's 4 damage.
If it helps, Lieux, down in the sewers, other people aren't able to roll at all either. It's a bad day for everyone.
Yeah. Fuck, didn't Jarlaxle almost miss?
He did miss. Even with his bullshit stats, he did miss an attack.
So your boss isn't faring any better. Don't worry about it, Lieux. And yet, the other bandit climbs out. Instead of rushing on into battle, though, he tries to pling you. No, he fails to hit you with the crossbow bolt.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, the guy in the box starts cursing because it almost whacks him in the head. He's threatening to do very interesting things to his mother. Meanwhile, Felrect has a guy in a box. And 1. That hits. Fucking hell, why did Felrect have to Malgurn it?
Hey.
He's dead. So far, Felrect has dealt with 2 issues. 2, 4.
To be fair, he does have 2 attacks.
Yeah, he does, yeah. And it's top of the round for you, Lieux. If Felrect isn't more competent, I'd be concerned about Felrect. He's way higher level.
Lieux has a specific effect on other drow, though.
Yeah.
Stab or not stab? I guess I'll stab the guy I already stabbed.
You hit. And you non-Malgurn it because he is dead.
You can just say killed.
No.
The anti-Malgurn, a dead enemy.
The anti-Malgurn. When you do it exactly.
I'm going to just shimmy around and hide behind this pillar. Ooh.
Okay, then good idea. Because, as expected, the one bandit does move himself around and tries to fling you with the scimitar. Wow!
I think I.
Told you you'd
I
fucking
have 1
die.
hit point. I have 1 hit point left.
So the bandit malgurned it. And then Falric gets plinged with a crossbow. He actually does get plinged with the crossbow. Oh, very convenient. And now it's Falric's turn, and yeah, he doesn't look particularly thrilled at the situation. Actually,
I didn't know I had this much blood inside of me. Ah!
and then, yeah, he hits. He handles this situation for you, and then moves himself around over here and readies himself. Lieux, what are you gonna do now?
Guess I can blow a. I think I can just peek out from behind this pillar, and I'm gonna cast. Tasha's Tears. Can I get actually? I'm gonna have to get closer. 30 feet. Yeah, I can get there barely. 2, 4, 5. Yeah, there we go. No, 35. Fuck. I'm just gonna go prone.
Okay. And so you're gonna cast that, so that's wisdom saving throw.
No, he couldn't cast it. He's out of range. He just drops.
You didn't. You were here, right?
Yeah, I was behind the pillar.
Yeah,
Hey,
you
I
can
roll
go forward one more
square.
space.
Yeah.
There you go.
There
There
you
you go. That's why I was so confused. I'm like, what? Oh. He fails. So yeah, you do see he starts everything is hysterical for this man. And he is laughing on the floor, unable to get up, unable to do anything. Just everything is hysterical. Let's see. On his turn, what does he get to do? Yeah, make another wisdom saving throw. Nope, he does not make a wisdom saving throw. And yeah, Felric doesn't get close enough, and he just kind of eventually shrugs. And plop. And of course, the bandit is now deceased. And you're out of initiative for the moment.
They're gonna go prone.
Felric looks over at you and says, "Are you okay?"
No.
That's. He fishes around in his pack and he produces a healing potion.
Help, please.
He wanders over. You're being dramatic. And he hands you the potion.
He is a
So
bard.
much blood. Ah, I die.
No, you don't.
I drink.
That
2d4 plus
is
4, right?
Is it? What's the plus modifier? Because I can't remember.
It's a normal healing potion.
Yeah.
2d4 plus 2.
Yeah. Okay, there we go.
Yeah. Not bad.
Felric looks around and says, let's put these guys in their crates again. And try to clean up any of the blood that we've got floating about.
Yeah. You said more will come?
It's supposed to be an actual meeting where they're exchanging goods, so now, no doubt, whoever's in charge will be coming, maybe with an escort. I'm not entirely sure. We don't know who's coming. He wanders over and yeah, he just starts shoving people up into crates. And this is actually a underneath the subfloor is cobblestone, but it's actually lined with dirt to lessen the impact on the crates. So you just see him trying to kick away a lot of the bloodstains that he's got floating about here. As y'all load everybody up into crates. I'll just delete him. Otherwise, I'm going to keep selecting him when I mean to select Saloon. Or not Saloon.
Better not be coming.
No.
Because you'll fucking kill him, right? You'll totally do him in.
Saloon is not here. He's dead. Yep, as expected, Falrek goes. This time, however, instead of floating up, he actually does climb himself up onto the rafters.
I think we're gonna stay in the rafters next time.
Well, we'll probably have to drop back down. All right, since this is likely to be the actual group, the next one that comes in. And he thinks about it. Do you have any sort of ranged attacks?
I can throw a knife or I can talk shit. I only got one knife though.
It's probably best if we just drop back down in this case.
Talk really good shit.
Well, I mean, if you want, you can also talk shit at them. It's completely voluntary. I will tell you how to run things. But I'll give a signal. We don't want to interrupt the deal until things start going south.
Right, and is our guy gonna actually help us fight, or is he gonna hide?
I have no idea. Let's face it, he's just your traditional sneak thief. For all we know, he might try to fight to save his life, or he might just try to run to save his life. All
as long
depends.
as he gets the stuff he has, it's fine.
Yes, he's not allowed to run away with the stuff. And we will definitely be paying him for the stuff once we get it to Jarlaxle and he decides what it's worth.
Good.
He looks a little amused. Well, we don't know everything he's got. We do know the main item he's got, but he does have some extra little bits and bobs he promised the Zentarum.
Does he think he's meeting with the Zent and not Xanathar?
No, he knows he's meeting with the Zentarum.
I thought he was meeting with Xanathar.
Oh, did I say Xanathar? If I said Xanathar, I fucked up. He's meeting with the Zentarum.
There's too many gangs in this city.
What? Are you getting confused by the Zants and Zents? Come on, man.
Yeah, that is something that is slightly problematic. It's like Xanathar, Zents. Oh, fucking hell. But
Zentathar.
I wouldn't be surprised if I said that at some point in time. But yep, he adjusted for you to get back up into position. Are you going to be able to remain invisible, or?
I could cast it again, but that's on my level 2 spells. I might save it. I'll just kind of I'll hide away from the door on the other side of the pillar.
Fair idea. Just be prepared when I give you the signal. Probably at this stage of the game, we should switch over to hand signals. We don't want to risk talking.
Shit, I don't know how to talk shit with those.
I can tell you lots of mean things.
If you forget, Felric actually did teach him, and he managed to do far better than Saloon ever did. Shockingly. So yes, you do spend some time up in the rafters, about 30 more minutes. You know what? Give me an intelligence, Lou. You actually are having a very workable conversation over the hand signals. Just, random nonsense. And Felric's only having to drop down to alphabet signing the words a couple of times for you. So you're actually learning things.
I know my letters.
You should be proud of yourself. But yep, after about 30 minutes, you do hear the door click open, and you see a fellow walk in. You see Felrec sign that's the target. And again, he looks around. He seems very, very cautious about things. And he slowly wanders into the warehouse. He finds one of the smaller boxes, pulls it on over to the center, sits down, and seems to be routinely checking through his pack just to make sure he's got everything that he needs. You notice he is armed. He has himself a short sword, or not short sword, a long sword. And he also has himself a crossbow. So you might actually get some help in this fight, depending on how it goes. And about 10 minutes later, waiting, you do hear, and this time you hear them approaching. They're making a little bit of noise. The door opens, and in comes, oh, no, I said all of them, not just him. Thank you. 5 blokes enter on in. It's pretty clear that the guy up front is the one that's actually in charge. And they march on in. Daenerys gets up, kind of gives him a polite little bow, and says, why, hello. Good to see you. I assume that you brought the coin. And the individual that's in charge just kind of shrugs and says, well, you got the good. He holds up the bag and kind of tosses it over. The captain takes it, looks it over. Right, all right. So you wanted, what was it? About 350 gold, you said? And the guy kind of gives a little bit of a nod. See, there's a little bit of a problem with that. And you see that the one lone bloke standing there in the middle looks a bit confused. See, I know we promised you that, but some of your friends, you've been talking to people, haven't you? You see the guy kind of backs up a little bit. Not much more than anybody else. No. See, you got friends. You got yourself some friends. You know the kind of friends you've been making? They're kind of a dangerous sort. And we don't really like it when you go dealing with that kind of sort. Particularly if you go sending our secrets out a little bit, you know. No, he's not a fucking Loch Ness monster. Holy fuck. It's like, if you go around selling our secrets to people, you know, we got to make sure that you stay quiet. And you notice Felrecht. He holds up his hand, and when the captain takes one more step forward, he gives you the signal to drop on down, and it's time for initiative.
Ooh, I'm gonna shout at him as I jump down.
Because you do get a surprise round.
And,
that's a good thing.
And end up winding yourself.
Yep, it's a good thing that you have a surprise round. Otherwise, you go tomorrow.
I think I'm gonna jump on top of the box to give myself a little bit of breathing room.
Apparently, Felrecht is the only fast one out of your lot. So, Lieux, what are you doing with your surprise round? And who are you hitting?
This guy right here is closest to me, this little bandit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna jump down and I'm just, fuck, I'm falling. You suck.
If I was running, if I was running that, I'd give him advantage on the save because of that gibberish.
No, I'll give it to him. He's just so utterly baffled that it hurts. He is so baffled at it, it hurts.
And I was wobbly standing on the box. Fuck.
Meanwhile, Felrecht, does he miss? He fucking misses. He tried to hit the bandit captain with the pistol, and he misses. And he looks a bit pissed off about it. He lands down on the box. And then, now that it's his turn, he tries it again. This time he hits the bandit captain. And that certainly gets the captain's attention, and he looks over and starts sputtering curses. Because now he's noticed there's a elf standing there, and Lieux, he's looking also over at you. The captain looks a bit more worried now. The sight of a dark elf has actually made him very, very nervous. But the bloke that you just sputtered at looks around and is like, oh, I should probably do something about this guy, and wanders over with his buddies. These two wander over here.
You're so dead.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm pretty sure.
We'll see.
I should have cured wounds myself while we were resting, actually.
I don't think a 12 hits here.
Yeah, nope. That does.
14 hit. So 3 damage. Meanwhile, for Felric. Wow! So, thankfully, only one of those hits, and he absolutely can't roll fucking crit dice to save his life. Meanwhile, the bandit captain, he thinks his buddy's got this. And he takes a swing at the bloke that y'all are trying not to let die. Hey, holy fucking shit.
And murders him.
No, he doesn't murder him, but he's certainly bloodied all the shit. But it does seem like he is not inclined to let this go. He pulls out the longsword. And what? Fails epically. Right. All right.
Let it go.
Lieux, you got 2 bandits standing in front of you.
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
That seems like a good idea.
Yeah, I'm good now.
Likewise, Valrek decides he wants to deal with the situation. Aha, yeah, he does actually hit somebody. That's a novel concept. I'm starting to wonder if people were able to hit anybody. Well, that was fucking overkill. So, Lieux, you're standing on the box, so you get to see this. You see Felric just kind of stabs a guy. The guy looks very much uncomfortable. And then the next thing you know, it's almost like this bloke gets eviscerated. Just completely and utterly, he doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, 10 points.
His buddy looks mildly terrified at this random elf that's standing in front of him.
Yelling 10 points when in Lieu's head he's already earned himself 11.
So you have 2 Whoa, holy fucking shit. Well, it doesn't completely destroy what you healed back.
I have 2 hit points up last turn.
Oh, no, because I don't think the 8 hits you.
Yeah, no, the 8 misses, but I'm still better than I was.
Yeah. So you're doing pretty good. Likewise, Felric gets slashed at. He also gets hit. Holy fucking shit. So Felric, he's still looking actually pretty good, surprisingly. The bandit captain turns around and proceeds to throw a dagger and miss it. He's trying to throw it up at Felric, and he misses. And then he, yet again, actually, yeah, he's going to take one swipe here. Hits the guy. Your friend here, he's not looking too hot. And then the bandit actually disengages and comes over here to have a party with Felric. He's taking the opinion that that guy ain't going to be a problem anymore. He hits Felric, by the way. Oops, I forgot to switch the tracker. Meanwhile, yeah, this guy's not inclined to fight anymore. He comes over here. Lieux, you do get a little assistance. He does not assist you very well.
Little assistance, yeah.
He hides behind a pillar. Lieux.
Should probably cure wounds again, but it's time to stab. Or is there a better spell? Ah, fuck it. I'm gonna cast Fog Cloud on myself.
Okay.
And now these guys should. No way they hit me now.
They are all very, very confused because now it is very difficult for them to see around. You hear a lot of actually very concerned conversation because it seems like they are worried that they're going to get poisoned. They've not seen this before. They're assuming you're trying to murder them.
Well, I am. Also, I'm going to jump down behind the box and just try to land stealthy so they don't know I'm gone.
Wouldn't that do attack of opportunity?
Yeah, they can't see me, so there's less likely to hit me.
Heavily obscured. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're still good. It's Felrek's turn, and he is not particularly thrilled about the situation. And yep, he does eviscerate the other regular bandit. So now he's on his own with the bandit captain. The bandits are sputtering and trying to get themselves out. So it's a 20-foot radius, so it's a 40-foot. Okay.
Also, I think because this is from the harmonica, I think it actually might be 40 foot because it's level 2. Let me check.
Well, it is a level 1 cast. It's a level 1 cast for Fog Cloud.
Okay, but Cure Wounds is level 2 one.
Yeah. So yeah, you do see them. They sputter. Obviously, your direction is heavily obscured. They have nothing to gain there, so they. And this one goes all the way up here until he gets out, starts catching his breath. Very concerned. Meanwhile, the bandit captain decides to unload on your friend there. However, he doesn't have his dagger anymore, so he can only swing twice. And he misses. This fellow has gotten a little bit braver. He pokes his head around and fires a shot at the bandit that's here. Also misses. And then tries to hide, although that doesn't exactly work because everybody saw where he went. Lieux, what are you going to do?
I'm going to run out of the cloud, down dodge this wall over here. Let me see. Okay. I'm going to shout at the bandit above me. Ah, that was glass! Your days are numbered! Ha ha, sucker!
That was glass.
Yeah.
Again, he's so confused. It's not that you're being insulting, it's that he's so confused that he takes damage.
I'm going to shout to my friend with the crossbow. Hey, you're almost hitting him. Good job for inspiration.
Unfortunately, that was not a crit. But yeah, the bandit captain looks like Felrek's got it under control, you think. This first bandit comes over here. 1, 2, 3. Felrek is actually looking a bit hurt right now. Which is not necessarily a good thing. Oh, wait, no, this bandit has to act. There we go. He comes down to you because you just made the most confusing sentence he's ever heard in his life. There's a 13 hit. Yeah, you were so confusing that he came to try to swipe you with a scimitar. The bandit captain, meanwhile, does hit Felrek once. And your friend has decided it's worth trying to help you.
Probably don't waste the inspiration on that.
Yeah. You have a feeling that this guy is not a very useful individual. You're wondering why you're here to save him in the first place. It's your turn.
Could get flanking.
I should probably just try to hideous laughter him again. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. So I walk into a bar.
That is wisdom. 2. Yeah, he starts falling over with hideous laughter.
Thank fuck. Just ignore him for a minute. I'm gonna go help my friend.
And it is Felrek's turn.
I'm gonna also say, Felrek, I'm here to help for another inspiration because he needs it.
Yeah, he does. Although in this case, he actually didn't. Although he did Malgurn the bandit captain.
That means I can steal the kill.
Yes, you can. Meanwhile, the bandit is here, and he's not even paying attention. He heard you, but I mean, he saw the pistol guys like absolutely laid into a lot of people. He thinks he's the bigger target. He utterly misses so. And the bandit captain, likewise, he knows you're coming, so he really wants to handle holy fuck. He's very, very determined to kill Felrek. Your bandit friend, he is following instructions, surprisingly. 1, 2, 3, 6. And
oh, that's right. Don't forget the save for Hideous Laughter Boy.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that. Thank you for reminding me. Yep, he doesn't make it. And so your friend still can't hit shit. Just saying. Your friend could.
If he's firing at a normal bandit, he could try with inspiration dice.
Oh yeah, true. How much does that add again? 1d4?
Just a d6.
D6.
There you go.
He does hit there. There we go. He's finally done something. So this guy is looking very, very unhappy. Lieux!
Well, what are the chances I actually miss the bandit captain? I have advantage. I have everything I need.
I have a knife. Say it out loud. That helps.
I have a knife. Oh, I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna stab him. Ooh.
You stab him. Don't you have a rapier?
Yeah, I'm for the dagger though.
Okay. You do successfully stab him in the back with the dagger, and he is deceased.
20 points.
Do you say that out loud?
Yeah.
Felrek actually does laugh at that, and he just kind of turns around. Bloop. And yes, this bandit is deceased. It might help if I can actually fucking hit shit. Holy fuck. And 1, 2, 3. And he just kind of stands there. Let's see if the bandit makes his save. He does not make his save. He is still laughing in a corner. Meanwhile, your friend has just now realized that you all have killed every single person other than the guy who's laughing in the corner. Lieux, he has gone back to looking very, very scared as he looks between the two of you. He seems more scared of you.
I'm the man.
Well, you're also a drow.
True.
And that does concern him a bit. What are you going to do, Lieux?
Sit down.
Okay. And Felrek is just going to walk over, and I have no doubt he'll be able to do it all on his own. He almost missed. But there you go. Yep, he does rather swiftly dispatch this fellow, and you are out of initiative.
These guys were tougher than Jarlaxle suggested. Oh, I mean, the other guy suggested.
Fucking Christ, man. Lieux in character would know not to say Jarlaxle out loud. I think we can agree on that.
Yeah.
Except he also did it before.
He would say the boss, most likely.
Like, yeah. Well, wasn't that bad. It could have been way worse. And you do notice Lieux kind of wanders over. So are you all right then? And Fenris kind of looks himself over and just says, no, I'm really not. Well, what have we learned about dealing with the Zentarum? I don't think I'm going to do that again. Good man. I advise you go home. I will acquire those magical artifacts for you. And do you remember about 4 days ago, you had a friend that came with a message and got some information off of you? He kind of pauses and gives a little bit of a nod. Says, "Good man, wait for them to come back. I advise you try to be more peculiar with who you're dealing with. We will send the payment for your items shortly." And he just kind of gives him a little bit of a shove. And you have never seen a guy run so fast in his life. He's the fuck out of there. He has no desire to stick around.
I almost want to cast command and tell him to trip, but I won't.
And yep, Felric just kind of gives a little bit of a shrug and says, let's get the items quickly and be out of here. I have a feeling that we might get the guard down here with all of that nonsense.
Oh, yeah. What are the chances this guy actually had 350 gold on him?
Pretty much none.
Yeah.
They didn't expect to actually pay for it. You do see Felric quickly snatches up the bag of the magical artifacts. And just says,
let's pockets just in case, real quick.
Yep. And as a matter of fact, you do find the captain has on himself 25 gold.
Well, hey.
Each of the regular bandits only have 2 gold apiece.
Are you including the ones that were here before, the 5 that came before, or just these 4 here?
Oh no, those guys were absolutely skin flint. They just had a cup of copper in their pockets.
Fuck you, your bandits got better paid than our bandits.
Yeah. The Zentarum pays better.
Oh, you want half this, Felrex?
Oh, no, I'm good.
Ooh, more for me?
I actually get a paycheck.
Paycheck, I'm a salaried employee.
He just kind of gets a laugh, says, let's get out of here quickly. And he looks up. Do you think you're going to be able to reach up to the roof? I figured we could go out through a skylight.
It'll take me longer than you, but I can get there.
All right, I'll help you on up. I'll follow you behind. Give me an acrobatics. With advantage.
Oh, good thing I had that.
Yep, it's a good thing Felric was helping you. You almost slipped a couple times on your way up. But Felric does successfully kind of catch you and help you get on up to the roof. And from there, you do start your escape. And you actually do notice, there seems to be a couple city guard wandering on into the area to check out all the noise that was going on.
Did I do the invisible thing again?
No, I think we're all right. Just try to be a little bit sneaky about it, will you?
Yeah, I'm an expert.
Yeah, don't saloon this.
I mean, Felric is not doing so hot today himself.
That's not bad enough to fall off the roof, I don't hope.
No. Oh, no. This is just about being stealthy. So give us a stealth roll.
Maybe I should go invisible just in case. Okay.
No, you did good. Because they're not really looking up. They're kind of assuming whatever happened is in there. They haven't put up the guard yet. And yep, you do kind of stealth your way across part of the city. Eventually, Felric does lead you back on down so that you can walk on foot. And then let's switch over to the main map here. There we go. As you all start traversing through the city, eventually he does pull you back into a alleyway. What is that doing? Yeah, he does pull you off into a backside alleyway. And he kind of opens the bag and starts looking through to see what they've acquired. And Lieux, nothing there looks particularly interesting. It's a hand mirror.
Well, that's very interesting.
It's a rope. And there is actually a very interesting little device that he pulls out, and Felric looks a little bit amused at. It looks like it has a weird little spinning dial in the center. And each of the spokes along it looks like it's supposed to be like a flame kind of pattern on it. And Felric takes a hold of it in his hand and he spins it. You notice it kind of just starts self-spinning itself on its own, like it has some sort of ball bearings in it that's keeping it rotating. And when he does that, it creates light in a 20-foot radius around the two of you. And a magical illusion of flame spurts out from the top of the spinner.
Ooh, cool toy.
You have yourself a flaming fidget spinner. I told you he'd like that one.
It's 2016. Yeah.
I told you if it's dumb and silly enough, he'll go for it. Yeah.
I was like, oh yes, this is fantastic. We need that. Well, Felric looks a little bit over, says, all right, so we've got the important bits and we've got 2 extras. Don't know exactly what this rope does. This rope has to be doing something, though, otherwise it wouldn't have been included in here. Let's head back on down to Troll Skull Manor, I suppose, and you actually see he does shift back over to his normal Felton disguise. And let's just go see what everybody else is doing.
It's a shame I couldn't convince her to give you a fidget cube of force.
He tried.
I couldn't use it. I'm order-bound not to use a cube of force anymore.
So yeah, you do head back down to Troll Skull Alley. Are you going to go into the tavern part first, or are you just going to go upstairs up to your room?
Is the party still eating in the tavern part?
Oh no, this has been about 3 hours or so total.
I mean, he might assume we're in there.
Yeah, are you going into the tavern part, or are you just going to go up to your room for a little bit?
Do we actually need to? Do I need to debrief the saloon? Not saloon. No, definitely not saloon. With Felrect, I guess we can have a quick meeting in the tavern and then go upstairs. I'm seeing if there's any leftovers, mostly.
Oh yeah, I was getting ready to move all of them out. There we go. Go, and I'll move you.
Now, what are the chances that mirror would steal my face if I used it?
You ask about the mirror on the way over.
Well, yeah, I mean, mirrors. Lou's like definitely familiar with those.
Oh, right. So he would just mention, no, it doesn't have that kind of effect. I probably shouldn't say what it does because I know Jarlaxle is wanting this one personally. But no, it's not dangerous. It's more of a curiosity than anything.
Oh, that would explain why he wants it. He is the curious type.
As you all enter the bar, thankfully they're not in there right now. You open the bar and you see there is not the party in there right now. You instead see a human female, a human male, and you see 3 strings. And they seem to be prepping the bar for tonight's regular operation.
Am I paying you?
You always make a great first impression. You always do.
Right, so let me get this open here. So here you go. Where's Felrex? I put Felrex on there. There he is. He's here enough that he has a home in here.
They're about to turn to you with smiles and say, welcome home, and you just say, am I paying you?
Felrex actually face palms. 3 strings. He assumes that was a joke. He says, so how did your job go? Everything good?
Shot, stabbed, hanged almost. Yeah, it was great.
Where's everybody else? And hello there. You're one of Zord's boys, right? Felric just goes, yes. Lieux, what was the what was the job that's going on? Where's everybody? I wanted to have a word with Harton. Three strings looks a little confused. And it just says, you all were dealing with the trolls with the Xanathar bits. Did that get solved?
You can see the skull.
Lieux, you see all of a sudden Felric kind of straightens up for a second and just says, no, see, I ran into Lieux on the way. He decided to break off with me while he didn't, hold on.
Yeah,
and
he goes, way more fun.
He goes to drag you out of the tavern. Do you go
buy
with
3
him?
strings. Have fun tonight.
Lieux, what was this about? Were you there when this got arranged?
I may have been, but I definitely don't remember.
Let's go up to your room. I think we're missing something.
Maybe they left a note.
That would be preferable, yes. And he goes to go around up to the top floor.
Yeah, we gotta get a fucking ladder.
Yeah, it makes sense if you put like a ladder up from behind the bar. Guys could go in and out.
Yeah, we talked about it. We just gotta get to the guilds and the fucking permitting, you know.
Well, I mean, it shouldn't be that. Theoretically, would you? Oh, yeah, you are a business, so you would need the correct permits. Never mind. I was about to say if it's for personal use, but no, that wouldn't really qualify. Yes. As you all are talking, the kids come running on in. Hi, Mr. Lieux!
Yo, what's up, Squidly? Hi, kids.
Did you all have fun in the sewers?
I would never go into the sewers. Well, I have, but I would never.
They all look very confused. But you all went down into... Where is everybody? You all went to the sewers to deal with the Xanathar thing.
I left before lunch was over.
But you came back.
I had other work. I have multiple jobs.
No. You have confused the children. And they're all kind of looking between themselves. It says, no. You went... You walked out, and then you came back. And then we all had... Remember, we were discussing about if we could go with you all?
Wait till I tell you guys about taxes. You're going to be really confused.
Belrek looks very uncomfortable, and something has occurred to him, Lieux. And they just go, where is everybody else?
The sewers, I would guess.
But why aren't you with them?
Like I said, I was called off to other work. I got, you know.
They're looking around. Did you start to go with them?
I feel like I should have a lawyer present before I answer that question.
I feel like the children are just now learning that if they need an adult, Lieux is not the one they need.
It.
Lieux may also require an adult.
I mean, he's only like, what, maybe he looks only 10 years older than them at most?
Yeah, I suppose.
Lieux, this is a feeling you've not had before. You start to feel little fingers in your brain.
Ooh, brain fingers.
Are you going to let the brain fingers in, or are you going to fight them back?
Oh, yeah, but he's going to be thinking about fish fingers when he does it.
You hear a voice that you actually assume this has to be Nat. For some strange reason, it makes sense that this is Nat. It says, were you with everybody when Three Strings came?
No, I just saw him for the first time when I got here. Like 10 minutes ago, not even. All
of a sudden, Nat looks absolutely horrified and starts frantically signing between the two. And all of a sudden, they go, it was an imposter, Lieux!
A doppelganger? We have to kill it, gang!
Felric is giving you about 10 shades of oh fuck no. He's actually even doing this in the drow sign of no, stop.
Not killing, no killing.
Nat might pick up on that.
As a matter of fact, she does look over and she looks confused, but then also she remembers that she's been kind of doing a couple signing with swords, so she thinks that might be where he picked that up. But at the same time, Squidly grabs you, Lieux, and starts dragging you down for the stairs. We gotta go help them. They could be in danger. They don't know it's not you, Mr. Lieux.
That rhymes. You're getting good at this. Let's go.
You're so comforting to the kids.
Yeah, they quickly go, and Felric is following frantically after you. And is like, Lieux.
Huh?
He tries to quickly sign, Jarlaxle?
I do have to save the party. How do we contact him?
You see it looks like you slapped Felric with a big old pile of dung. No, he just waves his hand. He gives up. At this point, the situation is far, far too gone for what he was intending in the first place. And you all start off. And Squidly says, I think I saw the map where they were going. Let's go. I think we can get us there. We know the sewers.
Oh, good. Oh, I have to go to the sewers.
Well, you gotta go save everybody.
Is that the plan?
Felric is just, it might be fine. They might not need saving. It's an imposter! Why would anybody pretend to be Mr. Lieux?
I think I have 5 or 6 reasons.
Oh, boy.
List them.
I'm really cool.
And, yep. With that, you all have completed that. You are going down in the sewers with the children. And for next session, you're going to be going down into the sewers. And you're going to potentially meet our crew.
Or get lost and die.
And immediately stab the imposter, right? Just gonna lunge at him.
Hiya! This town ain't big enough for the 2 of me.
I'm just gonna say, did you really not figure out who the imposter Lieux is?
I think it's Xanathar himself.
That would be fantastic. I would love that.
I mean,
hey Lieux, when did you get those eye laser beams, huh?
I mean, Xanathar is famed for being insane, so he could make a convincing Lieux. Because we sniffed out a rat immediately with how the Lieux we met was able to tell a convincing lie. He was able to be subtly deceptive.
And he actually made sense with his suggestions.
That was another thing, like when I said, we shouldn't take the kids. I mean, it's too dangerous for him. Thinking Lieux wouldn't go with that. Lieux would go with Harden, and yeah, it'd be fucking cool. Let's do it.
Teach him something.
Yeah,
make him
exactly.
feel adventurers.
Yep. It's like, apparently Jarlaxle is very bad at being a Lieux.
That's why he has to hire Lieux himself.
Hire, but not pay.
See, Lieux may not be good at lying, but if he just lies so much that everything becomes ridiculous, that's how it's his secret. It's like he's like the Hulk. He's always lying.
To be fair, Lieux did just get paid, just from the bodies of the agents.
I know, but I mean, you just did discuss salary with another employee. They're getting a steady wage, Lieux. You're getting commission. Might want to take that up with the union.
Guild.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need a union guild.
Although, to be fair, Felric isn't actually getting paid nearly as much as you would think, because he has free room and board.
Mm-hmm.
So he's literally only got fun money, and anything that he actually needs, he can more or less go to Jarlaxle and get it requisitioned.
Oh, you know, Brigand Earth Bucks have Jarlaxle's face on it.
No, they don't mint their own coins.
No, it's just a paper script.
I don't think Jarlaxle would bother with that, because everybody would just want their own coins.
Well, it's just for internal usage, you know? And it's just, here you go, here's your pay. It's just his grinning, rich face.
Yeah, you have to go to the requisition office, and there's only one place you can get stuff.
Yep.
No. He's profiteering, but he's not that scummy.
Alrighty, well, I'll kill the recording now.